Hey guys, so we're back again with Espen. This time we're going to cover some of the crab ride, which, like I mentioned in the last video, it's one of the most important positions in modern jiu-jitsu, I feel. It's like analogous to like a triangle choke or an armbar. There's so many different ways to set this position up, and it leads to taking the back, which is like a match-ending thing. It's not like a sweep, right? So before we get into the content, if you guys like the video, please click the bell button, click like, it helps promote the video.
Hey guys, so today we're going to work on the crab ride position. The crab ride is something I've done for years with a lot of success. It's very nice because this scramble happens a lot in jiu-jitsu. It can happen from the traditional berimbolo, but can also happen from other scrambles. You can jump to it from top, or it can happen from the matrix. So we're going to dive into this position, and we're also going to see how it's connected to the X-hook that we worked on in the last video. So as I said earlier, there's many ways to enter this position, but we're going to do similar as last time. We're going to enter from the double pull de la Hiva position. If you haven't seen the first video, I would recommend doing that, because then I'm really going in depth on how to enter and being tight throughout the process. So, similar as last time, we get the grips, and we get tight, and we're in the position. So there's different options from here. You can lift and go directly into the crab ride position and then start working. But what I also like is I like to use the X-hook as a, how can I say, a station before. So I don't go directly to crab ride. I go first X-hook. From here, I have a lot of options. And then if he's sitting on the butt like this, then I'm going to use the X-hook, because all his weight is centered on the hip. So I can take advantage of that and lift him easily. But what I feel when I'm doing this position, people start to go on their back, trying to have a heavy ass. So it's like really hard to lift them. And then I like to connect into the crab ride. So what's really important when you're doing the crab ride is focusing on the hooks. If you have loose hooks, they're gonna escape and start pummeling their legs, and you're gonna lose the position. So you have to always look how I'm pinching my knees downwards like this. That pinch makes it really uncomfortable for the person you're doing it on, because now it's hard for him to move. So if I'm loose, he can move, he can start creating stuff. By pinching, he's locked. And look, to really get a good pinch, you have to be tripoding. A lot of people, when they're doing the crab ride, they're more like in this position here. So as you see, I'm more like inverted. And that's what a lot of people teach, and it seems to be the way to do it, because you're actually in the inversion. But what I feel, I'm losing a lot of power by being here. So what I like to do is to have my forehead on the mats, being on my shoulder and tripoding. Now I can kick also with my legs, you see? So I can really control the hooks. It's super hard for him to escape, and now I'm in good control. The advantage of being in the tripod is also that you can create a lot of momentum. You can look on the ground and spin to the other side with a lot of momentum. If you're down here, it's very hard to create fast moves, but by being out here, you can let go of the leg, have double pant grip, and you can switch side and start pulling with a lot of force. So as you can see, the advantage of tripoding is huge. So when you're really good at having strong hooks, being tight, that makes everything way easier. And then you can find the ways to the back naturally. So for example, when I'm here, I can just start kicking out. You see, his back is exposed, and I can start climbing for the back. So, but just by being tight, finding ways to the back gonna be very easy. So again, from here, I'm just tight, squeezing, and I'm kicking out. You see, he's exposing his back. I can just drag. Now, find the back. So that's an option, and you can really play around with this position. But one attack that I really like to do from here is going for the collar grip. And the reason why I like the collar grip is by being just on the pants, I'm only controlling the lower body. But grabbing the collar, I have control of his whole body. I'm controlling upper body and lower body. That's why I'm reaching for the far. I'm always trying to reach for the far, because if I'm grabbing the closest, it can fall off. So I'm trying to reach here and get a grip. If you can't get this one,
then you can go here. But if you can, grab here. And then, when I get this grip, I like to start going up. While I'm going up, I'm still doing the pinch. If he doesn't do anything, I'm just gonna keep on pinching, exposing his back more and more. Maybe he's gonna have his arm down here, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna take my head under and take it back. That happens sometimes, but what I feel happens the most is when I'm doing this, people get stressed. So they start opening their legs. I'm gonna use that to create the momentum I need to spin to the other side. So he started opening his leg. Instead of forcing the move, I'm going with him and see. I'm not rolling on the neck. I'm looking the other way. So I'm going here. And then I'm kicking and pulling and throwing in the hook. What's important here is I cannot just lay on this side because now he can hip his feet out and I can use the position. That's why I'm using these toes to force him to this side. And now I can throw in the hook and take the bait in a very safe way. So again, going here, being tight, going for the X hook. He's starting to lay down, lifting. Now it can be kind of hard. The way he's having his body now makes it really hard to lift. So instead of forcing that move, I'm going into crab ride here. I'm making sure I'm tripoding, having tight hooks. And then when I feel ready and I have a controlled position, I'm gonna let go of the pants and grab the far collar. From here, I'm gonna start walking up. So that's very important detail. I don't want to start rolling here because my momentum is not strong. So I want to go up and make him, like force him to make a reaction. Then when he's making a reaction, I'm gonna jump down and spin. So he's opening his legs, you're gonna spin, pull and kick. Then throw in the leg and look. Force him to this side, get the hooks in, and secure the back.
All right, guys, so just like before, I think one of the best ways to develop this stuff is to start in the position, right? It's hard enough sometimes in the beginning to get to these positions if they're new to you. So like maybe you're trying to set it up from matrix or from De La Hiva. So there's a lot that can go wrong in the process of getting there. But if you start in the crab ride and you learn to just spend a lot of time in the position and you start to trust your finishes starting from there, then you're gonna be a lot more incentivized when you're regular rolling and trying to set those positions up. So again, this position, like Espen mentioned, he showed it from the bolo setup, but once you start in that crab ride position, there's so many different ways you can get there, right? You can get to this position, just to show a few, go up. I mean, if you're just doing like a classic back take where you do the deep De La Hiva from here, you can grab the hip and switch in. This is like the classic back take. A lot of people call it the baby bolo, but if he starts to fall back from here, this immediately starts to turn into the crab ride, right? So a lot of these things are gonna start popping up from there. I think another common one might be go up, just like if you do like a reverse De La Hiva invert, right? So if the leg's back, we're here like this, right? We go through, boom, here. The positions are all starting to open here. Right? If you do it from like waiter sweeps sometimes.
You can do it for waiter.
You want to show that one? Yeah.
So you can be doing deep half guard. You go to the waiter, and from here create space, throw the leg in.
Right.
Then a lot of times you're just gonna fall down on their back, under the pen, and then you're in the position, ready to attack.
Yeah. So again, and there's plenty more than that. There's the matrix, which we'll do a video with on soon with a bunch of different setups and kind of the ideas of it. We'll also probably do some stuff with Tommy on the collar sleeve, the Keymaster, and maybe some matrix and crab ride stuff as well. But again, so that's why I really like the analogy of like having a good triangle choke finish, right? There's like triangle choke finishes from close guard, from spider guard, from worm guard, but they all have something in common when you get to the triangle choke. So having a good crab ride also can be used passing, right? So just really work on that position. You start finding all these places to add it in. Okay, guys, so if you like the content, as always, like, share, subscribe. Also, check out wolfingacademy.com. I'll leave a link in the description for a 15% discount. If you guys have any questions, please comment and let us know. I'm going to be here another 2 or 3 weeks, so we're going to do a lot more videos. So let us know if you guys have any specific requests or anything you guys want to see. All right, guys, thanks a lot.